Hello there and welcome back. I am still on page 22 where we have this very unusual picture, and I want to get the coloring done on the picture and then we'll talk about what's happening in this diagram. But let's first do the coloring. I almost did the coloring for you, and then I thought that it might be helpful to you to actually do this yourself. So I left this for you to color, and I'm starting with green here in this triangle. I'm going to color this triangle with green. This is the main idea of our diagram. It is the system of checks and balances in American government. And what that means, checks and balances, is that one branch of the government cannot get too powerful. The writers of the Constitution decided to divide the power equally among the three branches. And they put this system of checks and balances in place so that one branch doesn't get too much power. So they gave some power to the judicial branch, and I'm going to use my blue pen to color this one. So these two arrows right here, I want to make this one blue. Okay. And then we also want to make this one blue. So go ahead, if you would, and color those in, because these are going to tell me about power that the judicial branch has over the other two branches. So the judicial branch has power over the president, and they also have power over Congress. And that's what those two arrows are showing, that the judicial branch's power goes two ways. Okay, let's get a yellow pen and color this arrow. So the legislature has some power over the judicial branch. Okay. And the legislature also has some power over the president. If you've been watching the news lately, today is January 28th of 2020. So if you've been watching the news, you are seeing this in action. The impeachment trial of President Trump. And we'll talk about that in just a minute. But this branch has some power over this branch, definitely. And that's the way the founding fathers wanted it to be. Okay, the president. The president has some power over the Congress. The president has the power to do things to Congress. So we have the president, he can exert power this way. He also has some power over the judges. So president can go toward the legislature with his actions or toward the judicial branch. So what this diagram is trying to explain to me is that all of the branches have powers over the others. They all have to work together to make this government thing work. And if they don't work together, things don't get done because of this system of checks and balances. So I want you to pick up this legislative door. I want you to open that door up. Just lay that flap back so that you can write in that space under there. All right. And here's what I want you to put under this door. So you open that door. Open the door. And then I want you to write under the door. This is what I want you to say. First thing, legislature can remove the president from office. And right now in our government, the Senate is hearing evidence for both sides of whether or not to impeach Donald Trump. And that's what that removing is called. The House has already impeached him. They have proven him guilty in the House of Representatives. And now the Senate is deciding whether or not to remove him from office. So the legislature definitely has power over the president. So what can they do to the judicial system? The legislature must approve appointments to the Supreme Court. So if the president wants someone to be on the Supreme Court, that cannot happen unless the legislature approves it. So they have power over the Supreme Court in that way. So under that one door, we're talking about the power of the legislature. And I'm going to stop the video, and then we'll do the next door, which will be this one down here, the executive branch. But I'm going to stop this video so this doesn't get too confusing.